Hello everyone, welcome. Sylvie here. This is Sun and Moon energy readings. I'm going to get right into an energy reading for the sign of Gemini. This reading is for the sign of Gemini, but all are welcome here. If something speaks to you, you're more than welcome to it. Just keep in mind this is a general reading for the collective and probably isn't going to resonate with everyone. I really do hope it resonates with some of y'all and gives you some inspiration, maybe a little guidance, opens a door. Whatever, however it resonates, speaks with you. Again, this is for Gemini and their money, career, finance, wealth, however that resonates for you. I have just quickly did a quickly I quickly did a pre-shuffle, not my standard pre-shuffle, because I kind of just was feeling like I wanted to do that with y'all today. Something spirit was just guiding me towards that, I guess. So I did a quick, just to kind of like overall get the energy into the feeling the cards, but I didn't look at anything. I did it like this so nothing would fly out. I just want to see what spirit has to say. We're still in this like full moon energy. The full moon in Libra, so that's air energy, bringing things into balance. So you maybe working on either consciously or subconsciously trying to bring something into balance. I know lately I feel like a lot of the energy has been pointing to home life and how that affects your career, how those two are sort of intertwined, and however that speaks to you, that could mean a lot of different things. You know, I knew this was going to happen because this deck has some nudity, and I saw this card when I was like just making sure all the cards were upright because all my cards had gotten knocked over. But anyway, there is a Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck with a Knight of Wands and a Six of Pentacles. Let's just let this down-breaking truck go by. Alright, I have to have the windows open a little bit, otherwise I'm going to suffocate in here. It's really hot. So I really apologize, but I wanted to do a reading. It's just going to be like this until I can move, y'all. And it is going to happen very soon. That's all I can say. So just bear with me until then. But it is the wheels are in motion. And so speaking of the wheel, we have the Wheel of Fortune here with the Tower and a Nine of Wands. Yeah. That pretty much sums up my energy, I have to say. I'm not trying to put my energy into the cards, but you know, it is what it is. My sun and moon are in Gemini, and I'm really feeling this full moon heavily. And after losing it's really hard. Losing my cat Quimby recently. It's been a month basically, but I just are 3.5 weeks. It'll be a month, I think, on Monday. But anyway, there's been a lot of major changes thrown at me, a lot of stuff that I was already sort of dealing with, and it's just like a lot at once. And I feel like with this wheel here, the Tower and this Nine of Wands, I feel like that is sort of the energy of like a culmination, right, with this full moon of like all these different things that like you've been kind of struggling with, trying to like, I feel like with this Nine of Wands here, it's like trying to just like keep it together, trying to hold it together, right? Like it's like all your weapons or tools here or whatever. I don't want to say weapons, but I want to say more like tools, but I do feel like in a way weapons, as far as like I do feel like there's been some sort of battle here where you've been feeling like you need to be like up all night on guard watching your stash. With the Tower card, this came out for y'all the other day. It's just like, yeah, it's like getting rid of people, places, and things, whatever, however that resonates for you, that just don't align with your high, like what's really good for your soul, right? What's really good for your way of life? What's really good for like your prosperity? You know, we tend to just think about everybody else and go, 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 and we really do forget about ourselves and bringing joy and fun and laughter into our lives, or just do things that are, you know, more it's like we can do things for other and that brings us joy and that makes us feel good. But I feel like after a while, if you're just doing for everybody else, you can't possibly be making yourself really feel good at the end of the day, because you're not really, I feel like there's something then that's missing, right? Of some sort of true, like just doing something. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to say here. I hope maybe some of y'all can resonate with this. I'm not saying you can't help others, you can't be there for others. That's great, right? I feel like as an empath and being called on some sort of healing path, healing journey later in life, like I do understand this need to like wanting to be there for others and heal others and help others, but at the same time, you can't forget about yourself and your own journey and your own healing and your own, I'm hearing softening, right? Of maybe things that had kind of gotten, almost feel like we kind of forget about things, and things get sort of like hardened, I'm hearing, over time. Can you give us Gemini's energy here? Can you give us Gemini's energy? And when I say hardened, I mean like you just kind of like, maybe you're like, well, okay, that meant a lot to me. Maybe working on, maybe you wanted to go into fashion and you were like really like sewing and designing clothes, but once whatever, you started building a family, or you had to take care of a loved one or whatever, some things had to kind of like take back seat, second seat, whatever, Star at the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Cups. This is really interesting because this Knight of Cups just keeps coming out in every single deck, and it's also been coming out multiple times for me, just pulling one or two cards daily just to see like, hey, if I pick a random card, right? So with the Star and the Knight of Cups, man, I really feel like there's going to be some type of offering here. There's going to be some type of opportunity. There's going to be some type of maybe even gift, or it could just be a message, but something coming to you that's offering you hope, that's offering you maybe an opportunity to stand out and be in the spotlight now. I feel like there is this softening, right? From this hard energy here, definitely with that Star. So I feel like maybe there's something that you have to offer, right? In a, again, I think it's about holding on, about there's something still inside you. There's this like energy of like there's something still inside you that is still burning. There's like this desire to do something. I don't know what that is. That's for you to, wow. When I say that, let's see what flew out. We have the Seven of Swords. Interesting. More about that Seven of Swords energy. Is that Gemini's energy? A lot of cards want to flip over. We have the Seven of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Fool. I'm hearing you want to take, you've been sort of, I feel like almost with that Seven of Swords, you've maybe been a little secretive, you've been in hiding, you haven't wanted to share things with people. I feel like maybe you've kind of realized things with this High Priestess, the way they're looking at themselves, and this almost looks like there's a wheel. It's a flower, but it looks like a wheel on the back of this, but it's probably a mirror, right? But it's very much mimicking this Wheel of Fortune card here. So I feel like you've manifested with the Fool card here, air energy. You've manifested this new fresh start, this new beginning, right? But I also feel like fate is coming in here too and saying, you know what? Like, yeah, like, you deserve this. It is time. It's Seven of Cups. It's dreams come true. It could be a little of that. Maybe it almost seems too good to be true, but I don't think it is with that Wheel of Fortune there. Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is telling me with the Nine of Pentacles, wow, and the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords. There is some type of recognition here for your hard work. It's been very slow going with all these snails on the Pentacles here and the grapevines. I feel like slow and steady, right, has finally paid off for you. Two of Wands, a lot of planning. And then the Hierophant, I feel like there's a blessing here. So somebody could be coming in. Is somebody coming in with an offering? Wow. All right. So we have the Nine of Cups wanting to fly out over here. We also have the Ace of Pentacles. Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. We also have a Knight of Pentacles with an Ace of Wands. So we have double aces coming out. That's pretty spectacular with the Nine of Cups and a Knight of Pentacles. So again, it's about, I almost feel like it's a seed that you have planted. I don't know. It's like something that you have done, you're being rewarded for it. So I do feel like maybe there's this, you had a big idea, a project, is finally taking off something. This is a lot of hard work. This is sowing seeds, right? This is tilling the earth. In a sense that you've been working on something, and it's really now taking off. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, especially with that Seven of Cups. This is really, 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 really great. I feel like you've created this, right? So whatever this opportunity is here, it's like you've created it. I don't know if it's necessarily somebody else coming in. I almost feel like you have manifested this with the High Priestess and the Fool card. So, this is water energy, a lot of water energy here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. A lot of fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And just a little bit of air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I gotta say, we got that Star and the Fool card. There's some major arcana here too that's really saying like this is a big deal. This is a major pivotal moment. There's just so much planetary stuff like with Uranus going into Gemini. There's I've been watching so much stuff, y'all. Like seriously, I don't know. And I was like looking at my birth chart. Whoo, like this is an intense time for me personally. I don't know about some of y'all because I know a lot of y'all. Obviously, you're Geminis. Pardon the idiots. Can you give us like an outcome energy here? I know there's those aces and that Nine of Cups, but I'm gonna go to the other deck, but I would just like one or two like outcome, because that was more about, is there an opportunity with that other energy there? I want to know more about like outcome from that. It's a lot of cards, but the Hangman definitely wanted to come out. Came out for y'all last time. Let's see. We have the Death card again with the Sun and Eight of Pentacles, the Magician and the Chariot. Y'all, these are like a lot of the same cards as the last reading. So, look. Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is... This is a major new beginning here. Major new cycle. I mean, it's like 0, 1, 2. We have 1, 1, 1. Do we have 7, 7, 7 here? 9, 9, 7, 7. 1, 1, 1. Woo! This Hangman is in reverse again. This Hangman keeps coming. Wait a minute. This came out for you in reverse last time. I just think there's just some radical change. I think you're really pivoting on something. There's a major pivot here. When it comes to how you're creating your wealth, whatever your business thing is, like this, with this, like I feel like you have some sort of idea. I know there was like a seed planted here, and now look with this Eight of Pentacles, like it's this big, all this, the flowers and everything in this big stalk here. But so I feel like you've had this major breakthrough, right? So we have the Magician here. So we have the Magician, we have the Fool, we have the High Priestess. This is so intense, y'all. This is like, with this Death card, I feel like this is a radical spiritual breakthrough. Spiritual transformation. Like, you're seeing your destiny differently somehow. All of a sudden, like, what you should be doing is you're taking, like, it's a radical pivot with this Chariot card. And the Chariot came out for you last time, and it was your energy. And that, to me, is saying you're using your intuition to just fucking go forward, right? It's like, right now with this, all this energy, this fire energy, right? It makes sense that we want to, like, harness that, but just be smart about it, right? Be smart about it. And I think with the High Priestess and the Magician here, I think you're being smart about it. And I think with the Fool card, though, you're taking a leap of faith, but there's a lot of, like, being smart and karmic, like, coming out for you, like having your back here, I feel like. And when I say karmic, I mean like universal, you know, law sort of thing, like Knight of Swords, Five of Wands. There's that combative energy. Look, we have the Ace of Cups here, so that's 3 aces showing up with the 2 of Cups here. Temperance. There's that 6 of Cups again. I almost feel like this is something that you have wanted. Again, it's like that energy of maybe there was something that you liked to do when you were a kid or younger, and you kind of like all of a sudden you're realizing, hey, I used to like this. I used to like to do this. Why am I not doing that? And whatever that is for you. I mean, I could tell you, I definitely been sort of feeling like that too lately. There are certain things, certain elements, especially like where I'm living and how I'm living. So I'm like realizing I need some changes too. But I feel like this is very much tied to how you're creating your wealth, your business. There's a very creative energy here, a very passionate energy. And there's also like this alchemy energy, like you could definitely be like some sort of like healer, a prophet, like you have like I'm hearing like divine prophecy, like you're traveling, right? Bringing like healing energy to others, right? I think you're embracing this. Maybe there's like this radical pivot, right? Like maybe you didn't even realize that you had this gift until now, right? I mean, look, I didn't start reading cards until only a couple years ago. I mean, I was reading like with a friend years ago, and I remember my mom doing it, but I didn't really think that I could really, like me personally, read energy and do this until I heard something. Like I started really understanding what here, like it's kind of hard to explain. Like starting to like recognize when I'm picking up on things using my intuition. The 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Magician here, wow, 4 of Cups. All right, let's get some clarity with on this Wheel of Fortune. I do feel like it's a new cycle. We have this Magician here and these aces. So can you tell us about this fabulous new beginning? Just give us some confirmation. I feel like there's a lot of wealth energy here. There's a lot of like, let's see what that is. A lot of like building some sort of legacy here. Strength card. Really beautiful fire energy. Heavy Leo energy. Let's see what wanted to drop out. Oh my gosh. Another star card here with the 10 of Pentacles and an 8 of Cups. You're walking towards freedom. And you're this is protection. This is the universe has your back here. There's some sort of home that you're going to, some sort of property. Yeah, look, 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Some sort of this is new home energy. It's like dream come true because you held on. Oh, God, I gotta remember to post this link to, oh my gosh, it's clicking because I watched something today and they were talking about it. It's like universe is noticing that it's like not only about perseverance, but your attitude while you were persevering, right? This person has a smile on their face. They're still grateful even though they know they're asking universe for strength, right? Universal guidance, strength, right? With this star card here. This is shamanic energy. What did I say about this being spiritual? About you maybe leveling up this shamanic energy. Maybe you're some sort of, again, healer, Reiki. You could be doing divination. 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck with an 8 of Swords and the King of Wands with the Moon card. Yeah, wow, with the High Priestess here. Holy crap, and a Judgment card. Yeah, this is really intense, y'all. This is somebody having, like, this is, again, with that night and day energy of, like, having a radical change, radical pivot, and I feel like it's you coming home to your true, authentic self. You're recognizing your gifts, your talents, your skill, in a way that's it's on a higher spiritual level. That's all I can say. And you're like a healer in some way. This is really beautiful, but there's a lot of like, it's not only about this happiness, this joy, this community energy, right? This give and take. I think maybe that's it with that 6 of Cups showing up. It's like there's some sort of like community, family healing energy that you're lacking, that you want. And it doesn't have to be this huge thing. I feel like this is very personal, very like, I'm hearing secluded. It's very limited. Not a lot of people involved here. But there's a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, these aces, Wheel of Fortune, double star energy, heavy Aquarius energy, heavy air energy. So it's saying like, you are a guiding light. You know, maybe somebody was there for you and they offered that strength to you and that elevation, and you learned from them, and maybe you did some sort of like apprenticeship or working under maybe like a Reiki master or something like that, and now it's time for you to go off and you're elevating, right, and you're bringing your beautiful light to others. On the flip side of this could definitely be fame and fortune for y'all that are maybe interested in that kind of thing, especially with all this star energy and these aces and Wheel of Fortune and all this incoming fast energy, this elevation, right? With this heavy, like, working on a craft, been working on something for a long time. So, all right, this is really friggin' awesome, y'all. I love this energy. And I love y'all. Your comments are so well received in my heart. I have to say, it's been a really tough time. I don't want to, like, really, I know y'all, there's a lot of y'all that are struggling out there, and you're looking to this channel for some hope and some inspiration and maybe some guidance. And so I don't want to always be like, you know, pardon me, talking about myself, but at the same time, it's like, I want to keep it real. Like, I've been struggling all basically since I was a child. You know, I grew up in poverty, a lot of childhood trauma, and a lot of just a lot of crazy shit. Bringing my parents and religion and just pendulum swinging all different ways. So I'm looking for this peace and this tranquility myself, and some sort of like home base that I can come home to in a way. But at the same time, it's like, I'm kind of looking to travel. I want to kind of go off. I really like this energy of like, there is this heavy travel energy here. So I do feel like this is new home energy. I feel like you are coming upon some new land here. I feel like there is, again, of that tilling the earth, right? Of being in control, of being in touch with nature, of, again, it's about that give and take, right? That nurturing, beautiful Taurus energy, Venus energy, loving with this earth energy, right? And there's a passionate energy here too. So take that how that resonates for you. But this is definitely giving me really good vibes here for y'all. This is looking really great for all of us, honestly. I feel like this is a really April, May, June. It's just, I feel like doors are really opening up. And I hope you all feel that too. And if you don't feel that, please just try and focus on that. I know it can be really, really hard to focus on the things that you don't have, or the things that are going wrong. But even if it's just the little tiny things, the joys, just try and focus on those, and then it builds from there. I swear, I really do. I mean, I have been there so many times. Yeah, even now I have to give myself pep talks. Even still, you know, I've been like crying almost every single day. It's been tough. And this full moon energy, holy crap. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. I appreciate y'all so much. Sending so much love and light. See y'all soon.